This could be Time is such a fascinating concept. I spent my whole life, my own personal forever, waiting for time for the heavens to open up and the stars to align so I could finally meet you. Eventually, when we crossed paths, I was enchanted by the girl next door. Skipping ahead to our proposal, I felt an overwhelming joy when I had the opportunity to ask for your hand in marriage. As life and time continued their steadfast pursuit, I promised to take the time to cherish every incredible moment we shared. Our union today symbolizes two stars in the night sky, gravitationally bound to each other, drawn together by fate and the force of gravity. Entwined in this mesmeric cosmic dance as they're harmoniously fusing into one. In their transition and becoming whole, they create a beautiful universal symphony. Eons after, the two stars merge, and they have lots of little planets and moons along the way. They explode into a grand supernova. This marks the beginning of a new star formation once again. Caught in perpetual cycle, birth and rebirth. I promise I will always find my way back to you, rediscovering you each time, and love you for all eternity. Again and again. I've envisioned this exact moment long before it's arrived. A vivid vestige in my mind that has grown clearer and clearer each passing day by your side. Throughout the annals of time, this very instance has transformed into a tapestry woven from moments and memories and emotions. In an instant, it's as if no time has passed. And now we stand before each other, no longer just neighbors. Today we pay our respects to how truly fascinating time is. I promise for all time, you will always be, as you always have been, my one and only, my girl next door.
Standing here with you today, it's impossible not to think back to the early days of us. Mariah and Tim Season 1. So often, I wish I could revisit that fateful night when we first met, simply to bask in the magic of it, while being fully aware of our journey ahead. I remember your kindness as you stayed patient with me for months after that day, being the friend and neighbor I needed. But I also remember the first time you called me darling. And I had to hide just how much I loved it, because I was trying to stay just friends. And then came the first time you kissed me. And I remember thinking I could happily kiss you for the rest of my life. I remember one of my favorite nights when those precious words were exchanged between us for the first time. With a radiant smile on your face, you whispered to me, "I'm so in love with you, Mariah." And my heart overflowed with joy, bursting to say it back to you and see your smile widen even more. Through all of these moments and so many more, you have brought so much light and life into my world, Timothy. So my first vow is this. When the glamour of today fades, and we return to our daily lives, full of work, and asking who fed the dog last, and chasing down wild kids after bath time, I vow to remember all the wonder and magic and joy you bring to my life, on the little days and the big ones. And I promise to do my best to fill yours with magic as well. On all the nights I was half dying, and sometimes full dying, you stayed with me, and held my hand, and rearranged my blankets, and slept in hard hospital chairs next to me. And then you tell me, with all the sincerity in the world, that there's no other place you'd rather be than by my side. Day after day, you never let me down. You've changed my heart and my capacity to love by being someone I can trust no matter what. So I vow to trust you in our marriage, to remember that you've always taken care of me, and to trust that you always will. To trust you to make the best decisions for our family, to trust our relationship to make it through all life throws at us as a team. And my last vow This one's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. And it brings us back to day one, before any declarations of love were made, before any giddy all-nighters, and before rings. I vow to be your friend first, and to stay your best friend forever. Because you are easily my favorite person and my best friend. From the moment I began looking for love, I dreamt of the charming boy next door. But who could have guessed I would literally marry him? I guess you could say that I got everything I ever wanted. I love you so much, Timothy James. I love our story as neighbors, turned friends, turned soulmates, and now husband and wife.